we've all heard about these things called like code violations, right? People get violations on their property whenever their grass gets long, or maybe the gutters are hanging off their house. Essentially, it's the city that can go around and they can place fines on people's houses. And I know because I own a bunch of rental properties and I get these damn code violations in the mail all the time for a house that I have that's rented that I haven't been to in a long time. The tenant forgets to cut the grass, or maybe a gutter is falling off the damn house, right? So code violations are a great way to market to motivated sellers. And I never really had much luck finding these code violations until recently. I came across a guy and he sold me some code violations. So in this video, we are going to go through these violations, take a look at them, and I'm going to show you guys the process that I took from purchasing these code violations into getting them skip traced and into our system so we can start marketing. So again, I got a couple of these. Let me share my screen with you guys. I got a couple of these from a guy out of my Facebook group, Wholesaling Houses and Marketing Methods. He was in there talking about selling these code violations, and then he could get them relatively easy. And I said, all right, cool, prove it in front of the group. Let's do it. And he's got me some, and we're going to test it out. So here we go. So the 4 that he gave me were Chesterfield, Clayton, and Town and Country. These are nice zip codes in St. Louis where I live. And let's take a look at what these come over looking like. They come over and it's a report. And this was a PDF report and it's just scanned in. So I'm assuming he's using the Sunshine requests to get this information. So there's decent leads, and you can see in here what the actual reason was for. So like debris at the back of the fence, window screens, yard waste. I mean, usually it's just unmaintained stuff. Pool is not being maintained. There you go. 2 dead trees in the front yard along with numerous other eyesores. I mean, that's the actual problem that's reported, right? So these are problem properties. This is actually a really good list of properties to target for marketing because they have issues. House needs to be painted. That was the reported problem on this one. Roof is caving in. Gutters falling off. Needs painting. What I say, exactly. Here's the Clayton Leads that we got. These came over again. This is a PDF. It's only 2 pages, but property maintenance, exterior, common areas, maintenance inspection. So these are just things that are also flagged in that zip code. And I'm going to be buying more of these leads because these leads are actually pretty good. We've had success locally targeting them, but not so much from in bulk like this. It's been kind of more one-off. So again, you got chipping paint, construction, stormwater, just all kinds of issues, right? So anyway, these come over as a PDF, and there was 4 of these PDFs. And this one here, illegal trailer, dead tree, loose garbage, trash, and they all come over as a PDF. So then what I did is I had my virtual assistant go in and manually move that data over to a CSV, and that got us 2 CSVs. So CSV 1, we have, just from these 4, we have 254 addresses on this one. It doesn't look like I have any first and last name on that one. And on this other one, I'd have a first and a last name with the address. And it's only 63. So basically between 250 and 63, that puts us at about 300 leads. And this is just, I sent this guy 4 zip codes, by the way. So I wasn't really trying to get a massive list. I just said, hey, prove it. And he did. He got these back for me. I haven't had much success getting these directly from the cities in the past. So this is cool. This is exciting. So what I want to do is I want to drop these into batch leads and skip trace them. And that will give me an idea of how many of these people I'm actually going to be able to contact. I'm curious from this list, especially due to the fact that the majority of the list doesn't have a name. It's just an address. And I don't even know if it'll let me, but let's try. Let's start with sheet 2. And again, I do all my skip tracing over in batch leads, guys, because it won't charge you to skip trace the same lead twice. It's awesome. First name, last name, property address, property city, property state, property zip. Let's give it a go. It's only 62. That's a cheap one, $7. I got plenty in my account. Start that skip trace. We'll use the wallet. Purchase that one up. And I want to do the second one too. So this is a good experiment too to see if these leads. So this one, the 62 that's going in, that one had the first and last name. So that shouldn't be any issues with that one. We should be able to skip trace that one. We did. There's 18 matches in my system already. And I saved $2 for not skip tracing the same lead twice. I love this system. That had a 61% hit rate. So not the best, but we did get some out of there. We got 38 leads, so we're gonna hit them. That's code violation 1. All right, let's try this sheet that had 250. This one didn't have first and last name, so I'm gonna be surprised at what happens. It does have it on here, but there's no data in it. Property address, city, state, and zip. Let's give it a go. Let's see what it says. $30. I got that in the wallet. Let's take a look. I'm curious. If it pulls data back at all, I'm going to be actually pretty impressed. And I am going to be monitoring these code violations. So what we'll do is we'll cold text them out of this platform here. We'll export the skip trace leads right here. And then we're going to cold call these as well. Maybe even send them a letter at some point in time. Boom. 33 matches in the system. It did get 232 hits total, which is a 91% hit rate. That cost $23. So we saved almost $4 just from the matches in the system. And then beyond that, without even a first and last name, just addresses, it pulled back 232 hits. Wow, I'm impressed. I didn't know it could do that. So that's what we're gonna do right there. That's our skip trace. We got our leads off of a guy selling leads on our Facebook group for code violations. And I'm pretty confident that I know what he's doing. He's just sending these sunshine requests to these individual cities, and it's great. I just don't have time to do it. It's a lot of work. And when I gave him certain zip codes, he already kind of said, ooh, man, I know those zip codes are tough. So he's had trouble too. But either way, that's how you do it, guys. Find your code violations. You can get them directly from your local city hall or city, government, or you can find somebody online to outsource it to and have them get it. And then when you get it, it's probably going to come back as a PDF, so you do have to move that over into a CSV so you can upload it to your skip tracing provider. So you got to have a VA to do that, or you can hire somebody on Fiverr to do it. It's not the end of the world. And then once you get that, you can upload it over to batch leads. Highly recommend you use them for your skip tracing because match savings. Who doesn't want to save money? And why would you want to skip trace the same lead a second, a third, a fourth? I mean, come on, you never know unless you have it all in that system. So check it out, guys. Batchleads.io/Dave. You can get 500 free text messages for like $1, or not free, for $1 in a 2-week trial. Check it out. I love it. And wish me luck on my code violations. I'm not going to need it, but wish me luck anyway. Thanks, guys.